All right, so we're going to start back in Chapter 7, so we'll just do Chapter 10 as we get there, so it'll probably be Monday when we do Chapter 10, but...
I was just looking at them.
What type of graph is used to show the relationship between two quantitative variables?
Scatter plot.
Scatter plot. When describing a scatter plot, what four things should you always mention?
Direction. Strength. Shape.
Yeah, shape or form. And then outliers or unusual features. And so just for reference, for direction, we're talking about positive, negative, or like no correlation. For strength, strong, moderate, weak. So like how much scatter there is. Form would be like straight, curved, no pattern. And then outliers is pretty self-explanatory. What is meant by the explanatory variable?
The x-axis, so like the variables on the x-axis.
Yeah. Plotted on the x-axis, and it is independent or predictor variable. What is meant by a response variable?
The x-axis or y-axis.
Yeah. Plotted on the y-axis, and it is the variable of interest. Or dependent. What does correlation mean?
It's kind of like the strength of the plots, or like how close they are together for part.
Yeah. The strength of linear association between two quantitative variables. And really, you could even change this from correlation, what does it mean, to what does it measure? I mean, either way, but if it's a little bit confusing in how it's written, that would be what it means. Like, what does it measure? And it's got, if you did it as a formula, x minus x bar over s sub x, comma, y minus y bar over y, or s sub y, so this over the standard deviation. And that would give you the z sub x and the z sub y. Obviously, we get that from our calculator, but that's the little formula if you want it. Explain the difference between association and correlation. So what's association?
I can explain how they're different. Okay, so.
Or, well, yeah.
A correlation, whether it's positive or negative, kind of like says which direction the association goes. That makes sense.
Yeah. So association is the relationship between two variables, and then correlation, which is our R value, is the linear association. Which is basically what you said, just slightly worded differently. Like what you said would have been fine. What three conditions are necessary in order to use correlation as a measure of association?
Quantitative variables.
Quantitative variables, straight enough or linear. And then if there are outliers. What does the sign of the correlation coefficient tell you about the association?
The direction.
Yeah. And then what does a correlation near 1 or -1 indicate? They're both strong. Near 1, the absolute value of 1 means strong. Closer to 0 is weak. So strong, all data points. Fall exactly on a single straight line. Now, this is very unusual or unlikely. I only teach it as AP. And speaking of, if you are going to take the AP test and you didn't say one way or the other, you have until November 15th to decide. Ms. Holloway technically said before that, so. She technically said like November 10th.
That's already passed.
Well, I'll keep checking it.
She technically said like November 10th, I think, to make sure that there was plenty of time to check.
Should I take a look? Because I never tried it.
I'm not.
I got a 1 at every single one.
Why would you not try though?
Because I don't pay attention to class. I'm just happy I passed. The AP test is for the chance of college credit, not for the guarantee. So, I don't try.
Well, the difference is here you have to pay for it if you're going to do it. The school doesn't pay for it. So, I would just talk to your parents and make a decision.
Yeah, but math, I would like to. I think it might.
I feel like have you ever taken a math one before?
That's my first one.
This is the hardest one.
The smartest people in my class got 2s.
Definitely. Well, you said this is the hardest.
This is the hardest math AP exam from what I've heard. And then it's like the 8th hardest AP exam.
Yeah, because we looked it up.
The hardest one is, I think, physics and then chemistry. And then
He says, like,
psychology's up there, too, for difficulty.
my friend said he's like a sophomore. She got to try.
I'm definitely not taking it.
Technically, if you say no and then you decide later that, oh, I am going to take it, it's just goes up in price. You have until, I think, March to say, I changed my mind, I want to take it, but you have to pay a lot more. It's like $40 more, I think. So, but once you say you're taking it, you're stuck.
So I'm going to say that I'm not going to take it, but come Monday, my parents are probably going to take it. So my answer might be.
Okay. We'll figure it out when the time rolls around. All right. What does a correlation near 0 indicate?
Weak or no evidence of linear association.
Yeah. No linear correlation. Or very weak linear correlation. Between two variables. All right, sketch an example of a scatter plot that shows two variables with a strong association but weak correlation. So, I mean, this is kind of up to you, but I would do something usually like,
Drawing two.
yeah. Something like that. Or something like that.
Oh wow, that's not what I was expecting. Hold on, I have to erase what I ever.
I mean, there's some other there would be other options, but basically anything that's like tight together but not linear would be weak and strong. I feel like it's like deep and wide. It's like strong and weak. Is correlation resistant or non-resistant to outliers? And explain.
Correlation does not equal causation.
Okay, yes, I am going to write that. But first, it's not, whoa, too big. Change. Go back. Okay. Non-resistant to outliers. A single outlier can dominate the correlation value correlation does not equal causation, as y'all said.
What's the sub's name again?
Kirkland.
Mr. Kirkland.
Oh, I was
But
like,
I always want to say Timberlake for some reason.
Timberlake.
I have no idea why. It's so weird.
I just think of the store.
Yeah, Kirkland.
What's the store called? Kirkland.
It's like a home goods store.
I almost called it. I think I almost called it Klondike.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? For a Klondike sub? All right, explain the quote. All models are wrong, but some are useful.
Models are always accurate, but
Sometimes they're useful.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, models are used to predict values, but don't accurately represent the truth.
This is like our review for our test, right?
Yeah. They just model the relationship between two variables. I will probably highlight what you need to know on Monday from this.
This is a lot.
I mean, I would still look over all of it, but the ones that would actually be potentially asked directly to you will be. What are the parameters of a normal model?
What are the parameters of a normal model? I know know this is a very simple question, but oh, X and Y. Last. Oh wait.
We usually write like in and then we put something in there.
Y hat. No. Oh, it's the 6. It looks like a 6, but it's not.
Oh.
And then it's
Beta.
theta. That's that one right there.
Alpha.
Nope.
No. Alpha is
It's one of the ones on the blue thing back there.
Mu.
No. What?
Yes. So mean
Alright.
and standard deviation.
Yeah. See, I knew it was gonna fit though.
He goes moo. Be like
What's next?
bringing the cows out.
Well, you said that was a U, right?
Yeah, it's called Mew. We're not bringing the cows home today. Describe the difference in notation between Y and, okay, this is supposed to be
Y hat.
Y hat. There we go.
Well, it's a predicted value and the observed value.
So Y hat is
Is it absolute?
the predicted value,
Oh, no, actual.
Observed.
and then Y is actual,
Gosh, dang it. Isn't
or
it
well, or
observed?
observed. It's the same
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, you can't make fun of me. You can make fun of me.
What was that
That
Hope
question
said
before
today?
that.
That
Huh?
what was that Hope said today? That was really funny.
Bro, she said a lot of dumb stuff today.
There was something that in particular she said that was really funny though.
She said like, I forgot.
I could not remember what it was at the moment.
It was like she was freaking out about something. And
Are we getting our quizzes back?
Oh yeah, they've been graded for a while. Just chilling. Yes.
then I know Laura said that the slope of a vertical line is 5.
Yeah, that's true. They did say that.
I got
All right. What is a residual and how is it calculated?
What's the difference between the predicted and actual?
Yep. So R equals Y minus Y hat, and it is, like you said, the difference between actual and predicted value.
You know, on the quiz, I was freaking out about this question because I was I know how it's calculated, but I didn't even think that the definition is the same as the
Yeah.
calculated.
And it shows how far off the prediction is at a point. So that was what in that video that we watched they were talking about. They had the line and it was showing you how far each point was from the least squares regression line. Let me see. We got out at 25. Okay, I'll go ahead and stop there so I can give your quizzes back, and then we'll pick up on Monday.